Okay, this is a piecewise function, but just focus on this one here, 2 minus x. Isn't that a nice smooth line that it's always continuous, it's always, because it's nice and smooth, it's going to be differentiable, not differentiable, sorry, the limit will exist everywhere. Right? A straight line will have limit everywhere, and so will this. This is also a straight line, and this is a parabola, and that'll also be that'll also have a limit everywhere, right? So the only places that they could potentially not have a limit is where they meet. Where do they meet? At -1 and at 1. So you have to consider first x equals -1. So that's the left hand limit. Okay. So if you're considering the left hand limit at x is approaching -1, we have to take this. So what does that give you? 2 minus 1, right? You should put delta there, but it's not unnecessary because it's not going to have any effect. So it's equal to 3. That's the left hand limit. Right hand limit, so it better be 3 also, otherwise the limit does not exist. And this time we gotta take x, and it's gonna equal to -1. Different, right? So limit x approaches to -1 for the function does not exist. Okay, now we have to consider also at 1. Left hand limit. You have to use x, right? To the left of 1, you have to use x. It's equal to 1. The right hand limit. You have to use this one, x minus 1 squared, and you get 0 squared. Again, not same. So therefore, the limit exists everywhere except for -1 and 1. You can write that in interval notation this way. This is the interval notation. So some schools will use this, or you can say when x is less than -1, or between -1 and 1, or x is actually you can just say this: x belongs to all real numbers. X cannot be -1 and 1. That also works too. This is. You don't need to sketch this at all.
Let's sketch the graph.
So the question says to sketch it, so let's sketch it. So we have to split up the region, -1 and 1, right? 2 minus x looks like the following. So 2 minus x. So here it'll be 3. So the line will look like this. That's when it's less than -1. When it's equal to or between -1 and 1, it's going to look like this. Okay. And when it's greater than or equal to 1, it's a parabola. So it's right here. So clearly from this picture, it doesn't have a limit at -1 and 1.
Why is x higher than 1?
Yeah, this is supposed to be 1. Okay, the scale is off.